Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. How are you, David?
Very good. Good to see you, sir.
Well, we're delighted to see you, and we're delighted to see all of our wonderful folks all across the great country of the United States of the USA, right?
Yes, sir. And we have an
We
international crowd this year.
We do. Well, this is really exciting, and this is our second day of our America's Future Series. This is our Space Innovation Summit, and we're delighted to welcome you all on this Wednesday. We've got lots planned for you again, and as you heard yesterday, as we wrapped things up yesterday afternoon, everybody was above and beyond over what had taken place and all that was shared. So we certainly hope that we can follow up and do much the same today. I know that you're going to take us down to Houston here very, very shortly. So I'll turn it back to you, David. This is the founder of the America's Future Series, David Hamilton. If you do not know him by sight, he is the guy, he is the man, and he's going to get us started here and head down to Houston and our first guest.
Well, thank you for being with us today and helping host this.
Delighted to be here.
And being at Murray Media's studios. They're beautiful. Your technology, your setup here is fantastic, and we appreciate all the way you help make this be as put this on as in a professional manner as possible.
Well, we're delighted to be a part of your mission and all that the American Future Series continues to do. So go. Thank you, David.
Well, appreciate that. So we had a great event yesterday. Quite a few speakers, number of panelists. We're going to repeat that again, a little different twist here and there, a little bit more on investing, et cetera. But I thought Ken yesterday did a fantastic job at the end of the day summarizing it. You're all going to be able to see these videos. And if you want to watch Ken Peterman's video summarizing the day at the end of the day, that's a great way to get oriented.
Well, I know we're working against time here, but let me just take 10 seconds and say, for someone that was a television news anchor for 35 years, to see what he did and summarize what he did with he didn't seem to have any notes. And I know he wasn't reading off a teleprompter. Above and beyond, having worked with some pretty impressive people over the years that I know most of our audience probably would know. I thought Ken was above and beyond. Oh my gosh, I was just totally taken back. So hats off to Ken for what he did, and look forward to him. And of course, his company is the one sponsoring what we're doing here today and yesterday.
Right, Viasat
right.
is the title sponsor for yesterday's event, and today's the Space Innovation Summit. And of course, a lot of you folks may not know, but if you have registered for this event, you are registered for the other events. So we have other events coming up this month, a cybersecurity event next week, which is heavily focused on space. We have another event following up the next week, which is the National Security Pitch Day. It's a Shark Tank, if you will, for companies, solution providers that would like to support the DoD, our national defense, et cetera, Homeland Security, FEMA, all those kinds of folks are involved. And then we culminate the entire event with a 2-day event called the Defense Innovation Summit. And in large part, because of the support of people like Viasat, we're able to put this entire series on. And we couldn't do it without them. So I don't want to spend too much more time on that. I just want to welcome everybody. We had, I think we peaked at roughly 1,000 people participating yesterday. People come and go and all that sort of stuff. That's sort of the great thing about maybe we are a little bit zoomed out, but there is the ability to come and go and get a sandwich or whatever during the day. And so we hope to have that many people here today. Please let your friends know that you're here. Post it on social media. Some of you were given a special code as a friend of the America's Future Series. If you'd like to send that out to your friends and give them a discount, that would be great. So please invite everyone to join us, et cetera, for this important discussion. And so first, I think it would be really important for us to go ahead and introduce Ken Peterman, who's going to share a few remarks, et cetera, about yesterday and today and his thoughts. If you would mind introducing Ken again.
Be happy to, David. Well, Ken serves as the Senior Vice President and President Government Systems at Viasat Incorporated, leads a global defense business which exceeds $1 billion in annual revenues, and is recognized for delivering market-leading solutions in assured high-capacity satellite communications, tactical networking, and Link 16 data links, information assurance and cybersecurity, free space optics, non-RF emitting communications, hybrid adaptive networking, and air-ground situational awareness. It's a long list, so he's a busy man. A distinguished leader in the global defense and aerospace markets, Ken has been honored with multiple awards, including the Industry Tech Outlook 2020 10 Best Innovative Business Leaders, Battle Space 2018 Businessman of the Year, and the Vanguard 2018 Game Changer Award. He has more than 40 years of experience with successful tenures at the President, CEO, and Vice President General Manager level from several top defense companies, including ITT Excelis, Rockwell Collins, and Raytheon. In these roles, he was able to help shape the strategic defense landscape in tactical and satellite communications, cybersecurity, and command control communications and computers C4. Ken has served as chairman of the Indiana Aerospace and Defense Council and holds memberships in the National Defense Industry Association and also the Association of the United States Army, the Association of the United States Air Force, and Satellite Industry Association, among numerous other professional organizations. To say Ken Peterman is a busy man and a most impressive gentleman would be, David, an understatement for
Yes,
sure.
sir. Absolutely. So welcome, Ken. How are you today?
We're doing very well out here in California. The sun will be up in a little while, David and Scott. So I'm looking forward to that, actually. And it'll be, I'm sure this will be a good day like yesterday was a good day.
This will be another one of your half days, right? Where 12 hours is half of 24.
Yeah, when you have lunch about 9:30 in the morning and then about 1:30 in the afternoon, happy hour starts. It's an exciting time. We do that a lot on the West Coast. We slave sometimes East Coast time zone, but it's okay.
Yeah, we are a slave to the East Coast. We tip our hat to the East Coast and all those folks so they could join us. But I really want to thank you for getting up so early in the morning and spending such a large chunk of your day with us, because we know you're busy and you're doing important work.
Well, thank you, and Scott, thank you for the kind introduction. I'm grateful for your kind words in that regard. I'll tell you that at Viasat, we're thrilled to be the title sponsor of the America's Future Series Space Innovation Summit. Space holds such an important and prominent place going forward in terms of critical infrastructure. It is an area that is critically important to our economic well-being, to our expansion, to innovation, to a number of different things, including the defense of our nation. And so we're thrilled to be a title sponsor. I thought we had some great sessions yesterday. We started with a session by Dan Hart of Virgin Orbit. He talked about a number of things, but including the enormous innovation that's going on. He talked about the fact that he launched a liquid propellant rocket using a Boeing 747 as the first stage of his launch, and then affordably was able to get a satellite into space from 37,000 feet by launching it from the wing of a Boeing 747. He also mentioned that space is now becoming accessible to everyone. He mentioned that he ran into some high school students that were doing fundraisers and actually created a satellite, designed a satellite based on a small amount of dollars, bake sales and things like that, and then came to him looking for a way to get a ride into space and be the first high school group to be able to launch a satellite into space. I thought that was fascinating, and it causes your mind to really open up and realize just how exciting space is and how available it is to everyone. We had a discussion on space policy. We talked about the fact that some of the LEO providers have announced plans to launch tens of thousands of small LEO satellites into space, and the fact that calls upon all of us to really take a responsible view in terms of management and governance. There are strict rules and policies with respect to geo constellations and the priority that orbital slots established with different companies in different countries. There are no such rules in the LEO orbital regime. So it becomes incumbent upon all of us to be thoughtful in the management and governance and collectively engage to make sure that space remains available to all. And we deal with issues, important issues like orbital debris and things like that to cause a problem if we're not thoughtful about it. I engaged with Lieutenant General JT Thompson, as well as with Major General Lee Levy in a fireside chat about the Space Force's space enterprise vision and their ability and excitement about engaging with commercial and private sector satellite communications providers to leverage the technology innovation, the accelerated technology trajectories that are coming out of the private sector using agile development techniques and accelerated entrepreneurial funding mechanisms. And I really enjoyed the conversation I had with JT in that regard. And I was impressed with the fact that he told us all that he was reaching more toward the private sector and the commercial sector in order to learn how to be more innovative and how to embrace entrepreneurial business models that change the status quo and help our warfighters embrace private sector technology in a way that keeps them on the cutting edge when they're at the tactical edge and maintains the kinds of connectivity and cloud empowerment that are so vital to their safety and their mission effectiveness. Our Craig Miller spoke with Lieutenant General James McLaughlin, who was a former Deputy Commander, U.S. Cyber Command. They discussed multi-domain operations, and there were some really insightful things that came forth in that discussion. Craig and Kevin spoke about the hybrid adaptive networks and the ability for subscribers, military subscribers, to roam freely in and among different orbital regimes, different space networks, operating at different frequency bands, using different waveforms, using different ground infrastructure, and those kinds of things, so that our warfighters could take advantage of these emerging private sector capabilities to improve resilience and to assure connectivity. I mean, military users used to be the dominant users of space, and now they're a fractional user of space, and that holds a technology dividend, enormous opportunity for our warfighters to take advantage of these private networks, these private sector networks in a really responsible way to help our warfighters at the tactical edge. I also talked, we saw the Women Leading Space panel led by Shelley Brunswick of the Space Foundation. I thought that was particularly fantastic. 3 leading women joined Shelley, Lauren, Ellen, and Nicole. And I was really impressed with the diversity of their perspective, the thoughtfulness that they brought to the Space Innovation Summit. And I was so pleased to have diversity of perspective, diversity of we've seen diversity of national perspective, diversity of background, diversity of gender. We've seen all that in the Space Innovation Summit, and it's exciting to see space benefit from that diversity of perspective. Today is going to be an exciting day. We're going to spend some time talking about the new defense industrial base. We'll spend some time talking about space innovation and strategies from an investment perspective. I'm going to spend some time in a fireside chat with the Honorable Ellen Lord, who was the first woman ever in the history of the United States to be the Office Secretary of Defense lead for acquisition and sustainment. Ellen is a fantastic individual and very insightful, and I'm anxious to hear her thoughts. But first, Major General Lee Levy is going to engage with Tori Bruno. Tori Bruno heads the United Launch Alliance, and I think that they have an engaging fireside chat coming up right after this. So I'll just say again, David and Scott, as the title sponsor, Viasat could not be more proud to be engaged in an event like this. We have a culture of innovation that we're very proud of at Viasat. We seek to engage and hire the very best and the brightest engineers and technologists. About 40% of our employees are veterans, and we seek to create an environment that enables our employees to unleash their passions and to engage in projects that they're personally passionate about. I think that we believe that enables them to release their creative energies in a way that makes them even more creative and innovative than they otherwise would. And the fact that we are partnering our engineers and technologists with our veterans, what our veterans are passionate about, David. They're passionate about bringing technology-enabled capabilities to their brethren still in uniform, and the partnership between our veterans at Viasat. About 40% of my workforce are veterans, and partnering them with our engineers and technologists had created amazing capabilities, unprecedented and game-changing capabilities that we've brought forward to the defense community. So we're very excited to be the title sponsor, and I thank you for the opportunity to open the session today. I expect it to be at least as good as the session yesterday, and yesterday's session was genuinely compelling. I enjoyed it very much.
Well, thank you, sir. It's really interesting. This entire space frontier and the opportunity is really fitting. It's a great opportunity, I think, like you said, for the veterans that work for you. Culturally, veterans want to belong to something that's greater than themselves. They want to be part of something big, et cetera, right? And we are truly at a frontier. We're at a moment in our history, in our evolution, et cetera, that is it's game changing. It's brand new, and et cetera. It's not quite the wild frontier. It's not the wild, wild west, but it is a new frontier. And so I want to say, I think that's a great fit, and people who are interested in those opportunities should contact Viasat and look for cutting edge opportunities.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll tell you also, I think that, we don't anticipate in the near future a kinetic fight, but we do anticipate and are experiencing that in this gray zone, technology sectors like connectivity, cyber, and space. In these domains, we are seeing conflict, and we are seeing the fact that it is important that the best and brightest that America has come to defend areas of connectivity and mobile networking, areas of space, and areas of cyber, because these are areas where our nation's under threat every day, and it's important that we're attentive to that and vigilant in our defense.
Well said, sir. We'll be repeating this entire series in August and September. And of course, we would be honored for you to come back and for your colleagues to come back. I would like to invite others, if you're part of our active duty military, a military leader, if you're another defense contractor, if you're a research organization, excuse me, or an investor, I would encourage you to contact us, et cetera, about participating. One of the things I love about you, Ken, is that you're so inclusive. You see this as not a zero-sum game, but as a sort of a universe of abundance. And you've been very inviting about having other leaders, other CEOs from other organizations participate in our programs, et cetera, and provide an opportunity for people to interact, get to know each other as best we can virtually. We're trying to facilitate it as much as we can, and we will actually have physical events in September, and people will actually get together with you, meet you in person, and others. And so I'd encourage people to reach out to us about the September and August and September events. We would love to include them, and we would love to have you back, sir.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, David.